Hey everyone, welcome back to our live show. Welcome if this is your first live show. Come out and hang out with us for the next hour.
I have a special way to say hey to them.
All right,
Are you
let's
okay
hear it.
if I share a little bit?
You guys ready?
It goes a little something like this. And so I bid sometimes when I'm at the auction. After I profile those stored concoctions, but only when I feel a little bit lucky. See where I'm going with this?
I see where you're going with this. Do you guys see where he's going with this?
And so I open the door and I step inside. I take a deep breath and I get real high. Because we find lots of drugs. Right, George?
We do.
And I scream at the top of my lungs, what the hell's is going on? You see where I'm going now? Get it now? So I said, hey, 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 hey. I said, hey, what the hell's is going on?
Tell us, what the hell's is going on?
So I said, hey, 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 hey. I said, hey, what the hell's is going on? And I try, oh my God, do I try, trying all the time in this institution. And I pray, oh my God, do I pray every single day for revolution. So I said, hey, 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 hey. Come on, George. I said, hey, what the hell's is going on? One more time, you ready?
I'm so tone deaf, you guys don't want to hear me sing.
Hey, 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 you can do it. Hey, hey, hey. I said, hey, what the hell is going on?
Give it up for Jeremy!
No super chats? Nobody super chatted for me to keep playing? Nobody even super chatted for me to stop playing. All right. Well, welcome to the live stream.
Welcome, welcome.
We did get a super chat though, didn't we, George?
We did.
Okay.
Debbie Kendall said, hi, Jeremy and George. This is Debbie Kendall. She's a seller on Poshmark at Debbie's Closet. Set to find her on Facebook, Debbie Crane Kendall.
So take a look.
Shout out. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to Debbie. You guys should check out her store on Posh.
And probably get some more ideas on your own store so you guys can sell on Posh and other places, eBay and anywhere else as well. So we're all in this together, learning together. That's why we want you to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, George, how do they subscribe to the channel?
If you haven't subscribed yet and this is your first live, please consider. All you would have to do is just click on the subscribe button. As soon as you hit that subscribe button, a little bell will pop up. You would definitely want to hit that so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video and every time we go live every Sunday.
But we do have a lot of viewers that say, I can't find the bell. Where's the bell? How do I subscribe? Okay, George, what's the easiest way for our viewers? Now, that being said, we have all the analytics. We know that the majority of our viewers are... in our profession, we would call them vintage. Would that be?
Yeah. Maybe not as computer savvy as
So if they're not, where could they get computer savvy?
Whenever Jeremy and I don't know how to do something, we go to YouTube for tutorials. So you can ask a friend, ask a family member, or even hop on YouTube and look up tutorials on how to find the bell to get notified on your favorite YouTubers.
Perfect. Okay, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get notifications with the bell as well. And then we also want to let you know during the live stream, we have a moderator. Our moderator's name is...
Our moderator is Meerkat. So you'll see her if you have questions that we can't get to right away, or if you have a question that is considered a frequently asked question.
Like is George's name really George, which is constant. It never ends.
Where to find live auctions, how do I get a What the Hell's merch, or what's your eBay store, Meerkat will be the one to provide that for you. So make sure you look at the chat box because she may be able to answer your question.
So as a channel at What the Hales, we have really 3-prong approach. They all start with E's because I have to alliterate everything just for my memory. And George's memory is going a little bit south as well, so it probably helps her as well.
I have what's called sometimers.
She does have sometimers. So we're all about educating you, equipping you, and encouraging you. And so one of the ways that George and I, we put our heads together, and we thought we should actually do eBay training. Instead of making videos, we should train individuals that are serious about their side hustle, and we'll bring them in and we'll teach them how to maximize their profits with eBay training. So we're doing that March 30th. If you still want a seat, we are almost full. So we've got a couple more seats left that we'll open up. And so if you still want to be a part of that, where can they message us, George?
You definitely want to send us an email at whatthehales@yahoo.com. Let us know that you're interested in registering for the eBay 101 training. Once you send that email, then you'll get an email in response to us on what the next steps are.
All right, and our next step is we got love sent from around the world. As if we don't do enough unboxing. You guys send us more, and we love it.
We do. We love to unbox.
We actually have some of it up on display here. So this is Australia, and this is here in Ohio, and so fun stuff for us. So what do you got here, George, today?
I have a box and a card. The card is from Eric and Linda, all the way from Elyria, Ohio. That's where you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use this knife to open up the boxes in the envelope.
She's got another one of her trusty knives. Okay, we got a letter from my hometown even.
All right, it says, Dear Jeremy and George, we recently saw the episode where your truck broke down and you mentioned starting a GoFundMe page to fix it. We can't live without your videos. We've got to see what you're going to put up in your mouth next. They know you too well.
Who, me? Me?
So we started the GoFundMe for you. All in all, we were able to raise a huge grand total of nothing. But we did find the Advanced Auto Parts gift card in a storage unit that had $15 on it.
Nice! Wow!
Hopefully this helps get the truck and trailer back up and running so we can find out what the hells you're going to find next. With much love for George and hunger pains for Jeremy, Erica and Linda. Thank you so much, Erica and Linda, all the way from Elyria.
Erica and Linda, you probably sent this right after the video where the truck broke down. And George that night ran all over town in the dark, in the rain, got the part for me.
Looking for the right part.
Found the right part for me, and then she fixed the truck. I'll tell you what, this woman is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the gift card.
Next is a small box.
Okay, we got a box. It's even in an eBay box. Look at that. It's appropriately
Must be from an
appropriately
eBay
branded.
seller.
Okay.
This one is from Grandma Bertha, all the way from Cleveland, Ohio.
Woo! Not too far.
What the hails? Congratulations on your new family member.
Wait, what?
She said, congratulations on your new family member.
There's something you ain't telling me? All
I
right.
love the way you incorporate family values in all that you do and how you're training your son to be a big man someday at the storage unit auctions.
Our son? Okay.
He reminds me of my little Charlie when he was that age. A full head of naturally curly hair, kept silent, taking in all of his surroundings, and always did what he was told. I don't get out much anymore due to my age and health, but I thought your son might enjoy a couple of Charlie's old favorite shirts. We used to dress differently back then, and I hear lots of the stuff is coming back into fashion. I can't wait to wear a tube top with my bell bottoms again, and not just at Walmart. Give your son a big kiss from Granny Bertha. He's got George's skin color and Jeremy's good looks. With these shirts, he's sure to be a ladies' man.
Uh-oh, we got shirts. Is this... Oh, yeah.
It's a sailor's outfit.
Look at that. Your little sailor's outfit from back in the day.
Here, hold this.
Oh, okay,
Hold
okay,
this
I
one.
got it. Thank you, Grandma Bertha. Thank you. And Mini Man thanks you too. What is that, a little cowboy
It's a
Wrangler
little-
shirt?
Yeah, it's a little.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Grandma Bertha. We'll be sure to put that on Little Midget Man.
Wow. All right. Okay, George. We got the find of the week. Here in Ohio, it's been crazy weather. One day we had 60 degrees and rain. The next day we had sub-zero degrees again.
Yeah,
Negative
Mother
temperatures.
Nature's a little bipolar with her weather.
Yeah, so the find of the week, with all this dry air and this crazy temperatures, my skin is just killing me. But with this trusty back scratcher, oh, I'll tell you what, it looks like the end could be broken, but maybe it's not. Who really cares? It's perfect. It's perfect. You need some, George?
Yes.
A little bit right in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
isn't that-
works.
Yep.
It really works.
See? So there is the find of the week. Sometimes,
It looks like a little rake.
well,
or like a fork.
to go over my skin, it needs to be. So I'm thick-skinned. What can I say? So sometimes the find of the week isn't the most valuable thing monetarily wise.
But it comes in handy.
It's the most valuable thing comfort-wise. So that gets us to the tip of the week. You ready for the tip, George?
Ready for the tip.
All right. We're just giving you the tip right here, then we'll get into the questions. So it's tax return season. And what's going to happen is everybody who watches Storage Wars or who's watching videos on YouTube on how to get rich doing this, all of a sudden they're going to have money in their pocket again. So you've got to be on the lookout for that because they're going to want to spend. And the newbies, the greenhorns, they'll come out and they'll see a unit that looks completely like garbage, and they'll blow their entire tax return. And if you've been properly trained, you know how to profile, you know how to find a profit margin, you know how to bid wisely and with good stewardship to make money. You just sit there and look and go, oh my goodness, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Trust me, I'm going to film some of this for you. You're going to see it. You'll see nothing but garbage bags sell for $500, $600, $800, $1,000. And then people get in there and go, it's nothing but garbage. Just let them spend their money up front. Let's say there's 10 units at the auction. Let them spend it all first on the garbage units. And then once they burn the hole in the pocket, you can get the rest of the units cheaper.
Because they're going to max out.
They're going to max out. So you just wait. You hold back. Now, if you see a good unit and it has tremendous profit potential, by all means bid. But as these newbies come on the scene and they spend their tax returns, just let them. And you hold back and you wait till the better units, or you wait till the units the second half of the auction. If there's 10 units, let them burn their hole with the 5, and then you get the second 5. You find the nice one for the nice price. Just wait. Be patient and continue to profile. Don't bid on garbage just because another newbie is bidding on garbage. They don't see anything of value that you didn't see. They just think they're going to hit a gold mine, like playing the lottery. We don't play the lottery. We appropriately bid. And so I always call it a calculated risk. There's always going to be a risk, but you calculate it so you always win. And so there's your tip of the week.
Great tip.
Nice. Glad you enjoyed it, George. Okay, George, we got a question. This question comes from By George, I Got It. So YouTube user ID name By George, I Got It. They want to know, George, they specifically want to know, you got to be kidding me. Okay. All right. By George, I Got It has said, Jeremy has mentioned many times that he won you in 3 dates. So I'm guessing there's 3 easy steps, and he's yet to tell them to us. Would you please let us know what those 3 steps are so I can get my own George? All right, George.
He did win my heart on date 3, and the top 3 things that won me over was the way he just sings and just busts out into tune no matter what. His dad dance moves.
That actually won you over.
His dad dance moves.
We did have, was that date
Cracks
3?
me up. It was
dance.
date 3.
Okay, so
We had a dance-off.
we had a dance off, and so yeah, that was. And you won, didn't you?
I did.
So she beat me, which then we had to have a rematch.
Because you thought I was cheating.
She was cheating.
I was not cheating.
She was cheating. But trust me, it was a beautiful cheat.
And the third thing was his personality. He's just so funny.
Okay, so sing, dance, be funny. You can get yourself a George as well.
You can definitely get yourself a George. Because everyone needs a Jeremy and a George in their life. Robert Robb says, okay, people, Jeremy said I'm his favorite Michigander, and I won his hoodie with the 2 stale Cheetos, 1 old Oreo, and 2.5 old jelly beans in it. He was hiding his food from George. Are you hiding storage unit?
You had me at 2 Cheetos. You had me.
Oh my goodness. I saw a joke in here that I want to read.
Did you lose it?
Yeah.
Okay, you find your joke. I've got a question here, okay? All right. Unless you find your joke before I get to the question that I see here. All right. Steve Larry asks, I have a storage auction related question for you. I've seen a lot of vehicles inside storage lockers that are being auctioned off. What's the legal status of the vehicle, and could a title be obtained to place the vehicle in my name? All right, great question, Steve. And it doesn't only apply to just vehicles. It can apply to boats. It can apply to ATVs. It potentially could apply to trailers as well. It all depends on your state. For example, in my state, in Ohio, a trailer only needs a origin. So you got a certificate of origin for a trailer. In another state, you may need a complete and total title. For example, Pennsylvania. In regards to vehicles in my state, and again, I'm answering your question in regards to my state, laws have changed in the state of Ohio. If you find a vehicle and you do not have a title, you cannot get that vehicle titled in your name in the state of Ohio. Let's say you find the vehicle and then you have the title, but it's not transferred over into your name. Well, now you got the whole difficulty of even getting it transferred over into your name. But if you've got the title, you should be able to contact the previous owner, get it transferred, and the DMV may work with you a little bit. But that being said, all the auctioneers in Ohio will straight up tell you, and you'll actually see this in the videos, whether it's a motorcycle, you'll see it with cars. I've got videos of cars being auctioned off, motorcycles being auctioned off. The auctioneers will tell you, this is for parts and parts only, okay? And so in Ohio, we can't get it licensed. But there is another option. You could potentially get that vehicle licensed in another state where you have the laws surrounding you to get it licensed. Now, to me, that's a big headache for a potential couple grand that I may make. Now, if we're talking a couple $100,000 on an antique vehicle, then I'm going to make every effort I can to make sure I do that and get it plated and licensed. But the thing that you need to take from this is you need to look at your state laws if you're going to get a vehicle licensed and you buy it from an actual storage unit. So Ohio is going to be different than Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is going to be different than California. California is going to be different. You see what I'm saying? So call your local DMV. Ask them the questions, and they'll be able to give you the exact information in your state. For Ohio, it really just isn't worth it unless it's a nice antique vehicle, and then you mess around going with another state to get it registered in your name.
It could be a pain in the butt.
Could be a major pain in the butt.
That's what I heard. My girlfriend moved to Florida, and the fees and the charges was just ridiculous. Jeremy S. asks, Jeremy, have you been to any sealed bid auctions? Sealed bid auctions.
Not any time recently.
For those of us that don't know what a sealed bid auction is,
You don't know what the amount is being auctioned. So
Okay.
let's say you and I we'll
Is
use
this
the pen.
online or live?
Let's say we're gonna bid on the back scratcher, and you really want it because your skin is really dry right now, and I really want it because my skin is really dry right now.
Okay.
So normally an auctioneer would go, all right, who would give me $500? No, all right, $10. Who would give me $1? Who would give me $1? Right?
Yeah.
Well, in this case, what happens is you actually write your bid down and you go, this is my max bid, put it in, it's sealed, and then it's revealed later. So not anytime recently I haven't been. I have been to them before, but not anytime recently.
Those don't sound as exciting.
The excitement level isn't there.
It's kind of like a silent auction.
Well, yeah, it would be exact same thing. It would be like a silent auction.
Okay.
Yep.
Your best chess now wants to know you going to the Thursday auction in Columbus.
Who asked that? Your best chess now.
Chess
Okay.
now.
Saw that in Columbus, and there's a good chance I'll be there, and there's a good chance I won't. So, good question. You'll have to wait till Thursday to find out if I'll actually be there, because there are other offerings as well, and I have to weigh out where I think the money is to be made. So Thursday, I could be anywhere.
Randall B. Champ wants to know, I want to know what the comment was about at the end of the coin video. George asked what we were going to do with all that money, and Big J said we could save it for his college fund. So he's asking who he is.
Randall is?
Yeah.
Would,
Man.
would the rest of our viewers like to answer that question for Randall? Who is the college fund for? And so, Randall, you might want to get you probably have missed a few videos, would be my guess. And so our videos, when we make them, probably move along like more of a series, and there are going to be common themes that go throughout the videos. And one of them happened to be surrounded. Well, you'll figure it out. Somebody will answer that for you.
Jerry Stallknocker says, I scanned your barcode on the hoodies and it said shipped from China.
Nice. Made in
Very
Ohio,
techie,
shipped
Jerry.
from China. Actually, they probably were, weren't they?
I don't remember.
You got them off of Amazon. I remember that.
Allison J said, hey guys, I just saw the notification about your live show. I usually watch it after the fact. So yes, I'm glad that I figured out how to set it up to where you'll get a notification with like 30 minutes before the actual live show. So hopefully, as long as you hit the bell and you'll get that notification, YouTube will notify you 30 minutes before we go live, and then it'll also notify you the moment we go live.
And Allison, I think if I remember correctly, you're up in Cleveland, so it's 9:23 where you're at too. So piece of cake to tune in. Not on the other side of the world.
Tom Stone wants to know, J-Dog,
You,
what was your very first storage unit bought?
T-Bone.
How old were you?
I was a wee little lad. Back in the days of
Like the sandbox days?
Yeah, back in the days of the sandbox, I was building castles with my brothers, and I don't remember. Now, here, I do remember my first storage unit auction that I went to. I don't remember the first storage unit that I bought, okay? And so the first storage unit auction that I went to, it was in Talmadge, Ohio, and I came up on the scene, and I wanted to know what this was all about. And they started auctioning the units off, and my first thought was, how in the world can anybody take all this volume, and what are they going to do with it? Now, it just so happens that's the first excuse that comes to everybody's mind when they start looking at this. Well, if we can get rid of all the excuses and we can get rid of all of the fear, what happens is we start making money. And so I remember the first one I went to. I remember the things that I was thinking and I was feeling. And then as soon as I went, all right, these are horrible excuses, we got to the point of making a ton of money. I mean, and this is at the same point, I would go to business auctions. Businesses were going out of business, and I would go to the businesses and buy as much merchandise as I possibly could. At that particular time, I remember there was a landscaping store went out of business. There was a hospital in the area went out of business. I was buying all of this stuff and reselling it. So why was I afraid of a storage unit of all things?
It's intimidating. It's intimidating, especially if you've never went to one. I know I was intimidated when I first met you, and then Watching Storage
But
Wars was
I was
intimidating.
already buying volume. And so for whatever reason, I just came up with excuses. And if we can get rid of the excuses and get rid of the fear, there's a tremendous amount of profit. There is always a solution. And hopefully we think creatively enough to find those solutions. And then we're in business. We start making money. So those were the same thoughts that most people have. Those were my same thoughts as a youngster.
Mary wants to know, do you have 6X shirts
Yes,
and
lots
yet?
of. Oh wait, what? Lots of it.
Mary wants to know, do you have 6X shirts yet?
Oh.
Mary, we are working on it. We're actually
I thought she said success. I thought she said, "Do you have success?"
oh my gosh. We are working on, for those of you who have requested 4X, 5X, and what was it, 6X? We found a company that goes up as far
We
as
got to 5x so far. We haven't found 6x.
6X.
Did we?
I thought I found it today.
She found 6x.
So we're working on that. So stay tuned. We will make an announcement once we reach out to the t-shirt shop.
But we have had a lot of success as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought the original question. I thought that's where it was going.
Sean Dezay, and I always apologize in advance if I butcher your name, wants to know, what's your favorite site to buy storage lockers? Website.
You want to
He
answer
wants
that
to know
one?
what your
Well,
website
you probably
is.
want to. Again,
I feel like it depends on the time of year.
It is going to depend on the time of year. First of all, I prefer live auctions over online auctions by far.
Or maybe he's asking which website you use to find both live and online.
Okay, and I'll answer that.
Okay.
So first of all, I love live auctions over online auctions, and I actually have a video on the channel that describes. I mean, I go through and I go, this is why I don't like online auctions. This is why I do like online auctions, and you can find that as I teach you how to use one of the online auction sites. Okay. So I love the live auction. You're there in the moment, and I love those auctions during the week, during the day when everybody's at work. I can get units cheaper. I can profile them there. I can see. I can smell. I can use all of my senses. I can figure out profit margin. They're going to go for cheaper. It actually utilizes your skill of profiling, and so I like that a whole lot better. The way that I find those is auctionzip.com. Now, in the humble beginnings of auctionzip.com, an auctioneer or a business would put up an auction on that calendar, and it didn't cost them much. And now I think it's $30 per.
It's a $30 fee.
And
So
so
a lot of them are trying to get away from that.
they're pulling away from it because, let's face it, we don't like spending money. We like making money. So there are other actual websites out there for you to find other live auctions, but all that being said, auctionzip.com is going to be your biggest one. And so if you want to find the volume in your area, that's where you want to go. For the online auctions, you got just as many choices there. So storagetreasures.com is one that I use. Lockerfox.com is one that I use. Bid13.com is one that I use. StorageAuctions.com is one that I use, and it goes on and on and on and on. And again, we've got videos that teach you how to do that as well. You just got to get in the description of each video. And by the way that you do that, number one, if you can't figure out how to get to a description of a video, first of all, search that in YouTube, and a YouTube video will teach you. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who go, yeah, that's easy. There's just arrows right underneath the title. You click on the arrows, boom, you got so much information there.
Yeah, if you're looking on your smartphone. But if you're on a desktop or a laptop, you just click on Show More underneath the video.
And you'll see all kinds of information. And we even tell you, hey, you watch these videos to make money. Watch these videos to get started. Watch these videos to, mm-hmm. and we break that all down for you. So those are the sites that I most commonly use.
BKM says, I bid on my first storage unit finally online. Congratulations.
Nice. Good job,
Keep us
BKM.
Post us. Hopefully you win that unit.
Let us know if you win, and let us know of all the cool treasure you find inside.
Yes, please. Grandma Donut Sasquatch wants to know, what's the most valuable coin you have ever found?
Ooh, I don't know.
I could tell you what the what the one valuable coin he wants to find. but he hasn't
Yes.
found yet.
You go ahead. Tell them which one I've been looking for.
He's been looking for a 1943 copper penny.
So lots of our viewers go, Jeremy, we got a 1943 penny. And I go, copper or steel? Steel.
Steel.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people have steel.
I've got lots of steel 1943 pennies. It's the copper one that's worth millions. So that's the one I would love to find. We got Gear Grid in 19.
Shout out. Thank you for the super chat, Gear Gridden.
Great intro, great info on storage auctions and eBay. Gear Gridden, so glad you enjoyed the intro. If you like that intro, I'll tell you what, I'll write another one for next week. we're gonna start having albums come out.
Mom Munson wants to know, is Jeremy's name really Jeremy?
Finally!
We've been waiting for someone to ask that question.
Mm-hmm. Are we gonna tell him?
You can answer that.
It is. It's actually Jeremy. It's not Jeremiah. It's not Jerome. It's not Jerm.
A lot of people do.
It's just Jeremy.
Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Big J. BKM wants to know, when profiling, do you like storage units full of boxes and totes stacked neatly?
BKM, when profiling, I'm always going to like storage units filled with totes and boxes stacked neatly because that means people took care. Now, that doesn't mean I can see what's in there, but I'm willing to spend more. As a matter of fact, I think we got another question here that really kind of tailors off some of those things, okay? So, for example, David Call, K-A-H-L, Call. He says, if you don't know what's in the storage unit, how do you set your profit margins? Just thought I'd ask. Good luck, David and Coco. All right, David and Coco, how you set your profit margin is based on what you can see. We've already talked about this a little bit in the beginning as far as our tip. So what a lot of people knew getting into this is they're going to look at a unit and they got money in their pocket and they're burning a hole in their pocket. And we'll take this back into reality. You saw the video where, well, let's say if you saw the video where I was in Columbus this past week, I bought a storage unit for, do you remember how much I paid?
My sometimers.
Yeah, sometimers. I bought a unit for $20. Now, do you remember how much money I had with me? Or should I not say?
The allowance that I gave you?
Yeah, the allowance.
The 5 Gs?
All right, she allowed me 5 Gs. What, I might get in trouble for telling you this, I had 12 Gs with me, okay? And so all that being said, yeah, I just got in trouble under the table, baby. All right. I mean, I had $2 with me, and so I had to scrounge for the actual rest of the money. I'm not going to spend money just to spend money because I'm there at the storage units and at the auction. And so you're going to profile correctly. The way that you're going to profile is based on everything you can see. Now, David and Coco want to know, how do you set a profit margin if you can't see it? You don't bid. If you can't see it, you're not going to bid because you can't see a profit margin.
We got a super chat.
All right, DIY Nationalist, $2. Have you checked out eBid yet? I got my first bid today.
Nice.
DIY Nationalist, yes. I did check out eBid.
I downloaded the app.
And so you sent me the link and I've checked it out, so I appreciate that. Back to profiling on the units and setting your profit margin, okay?
Okay.
If you can't see a profit margin, I would not encourage you to actually bid. Now, there's going to be a few different types of bidders out there. Mm-hmm. You're going to have your gambler. You're going to have a person out there who's just going to gamble because they're a gambler. They're going to burn through the money just because they want to burn through the money. That's not what we do. We're not gamblers, okay? That is not what we do. But you're going to see them out there just burning through it and go, oh, there's a bunch of boxes and totes. And I'm just gonna see what I was at one auction. There were 2 totes back in the corner, and they were black totes. And 2 gamblers just went boom, 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 couple $100. 2 black totes. That was it. Couple $100. He went back, looked in them. Guess what was in it? You want to guess?
Trash?
Nothing. That's a gambler. Why would you bid on that if you can't see it? Now, I've got to be able to see enough to make enough profit. So you got your gambler, and then I would say what you got in me is a calculated risk taker. And so I've got to see something that's going to pay for the unit, and then there's got to be a profit margin after that. Every unit's not going to have the same profit margin, though. I've bought some units, easily can make $50,000 off of. Other units, $5,000 off of. Other units, $500 off of. That profit margin is always going to change, but it's got to be based on what you see. You can't just go out there and burn through money just for the sake of burning through money, or you're not going to last in the business. Remember, it is a business. You have to make a profit. If you don't make a profit, you're not a viable business. You're not a sustainable business. So that's your answer to the question, David and Coco. How do you know if you can't set a profit margin, if you can't see it? Don't bid.
Yeah, I would suggest educating yourself on how much things go for, and in time you'll develop that and you'll build that knowledge. We just got another super chat.
Oh, we got one.
Up.
We got a super chat. Sweetie, I'm not sure I know how to go up. I think we got one from Mark. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate it.
He wanted to know if you're considering on selling the eBay training since he's all the way from Australia.
Yeah, Mark, you've mentioned that before in regards to selling the eBay training. At this point in time, we are not looking to sell the eBay training. And again, one of the reasons for that is because we're not doing this.
Because you need that one-on-one face-to-face interaction. So you wouldn't be able to benefit. Another super chat from Lazy Walking P.
You influenced me to start making YouTube videos.
That's great.
Awesome. Awesome.
What kind of videos?
We want to see them. So
we'll have to check them out.
We'll have to go back after the actual live Q&A, and we'll have to click on the profile and check out the videos. That's great.
William Grilly says, Jeremy, Fugobox has something called the Cocoa Challenge. I would love to see you eat the chocolate on your channel. Part of the proceeds goes to prostate cancer research. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it.
Jeremy does love his sweets, and he does love chocolate. So.
And I don't like prostate cancer, so hey, that seems like it's a good win. George is going to find another question here. She's got to go through all of the hellos and the heys, what the hells is going on, and all of the jokes. And
Blazin Spike 38091 wants to know, have you ever found any stereo equipment from the 70s through the 90s in storage units?
The easy answer is yes, all the time. And you'll see it in some of the videos. So, and I understand that not all of the viewers have watched all of the videos, and I would never ever blame you, but some have, and those are the super fans, and some you don't have time to watch all of those. But if you see them in the videos, you'll go, yep, there it is, there it is, there it is. And I have stuff in the warehouse right now, vintage stereo equipment and stuff from the 70s, 80s. Yep.
Photo Flash wants to know, ever thought about creating an online store? Keep the middleman out. You have enough viewers. And the online store as in...
Basically, we would set up a website, and we would sell directly from our website instead of eBay or any other site.
Okay.
So, good question. We have not considered it. I don't think we've ever had that conversation, have we?
No, we haven't. That's a good question.
And there are factors. There are factors that would keep us from considering it at this point in time. But that doesn't mean that it's not out of the question in the future as well. We have talked about setting up an actual website. So we have conversed about that. We have not talked about selling directly from the website. Tom Stone, Midget Man getting love. Yeah, Midget Man got some love.
Desert Dragon Works is on the chat. Happy Sunday, y'all.
Okay, Gerald Lossing just said $5 for Midget Man. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That's our boy.
I don't think he's up for sale.
Well, how could we ever sell? How could we ever sell our pride and joy? And he just got new school clothes. Gonna look
at
so
what-
cute in that
Look
sailor.
what BKM said. Oh my God. Dennis Miracle is in Cincinnati, Ohio. Says it's raining and raining ice. Oh, I hope that doesn't come up here. It started
Oh,
snowing.
that would be bad. It did start snowing. Louise9547 says, how far will you travel for a unit? That all depends on the unit, Louise. So if there's a high profit margin, I will travel farther. Remember, travel is going to be an expense. You got gas, you got meals, you got all of those things to take into account with it. So I don't mind going to another state. I don't mind crossing a couple different states to go and buy a unit. And so you've even seen me in the videos. Remember, I've been doing this longer than I've been videoing it. I never, ever in a million years thought people would be interested in seeing this part of my life. Frankly, any part of my life. And so never did I ever think, oh, yeah, start videoing this, share it with people. I didn't know there was a niche out there. But you've seen me in the videos that are on YouTube. I've traveled up to 6 hours, and that was with Jeebus to get a unit with him. And so that's probably the farthest that you've seen in the videos online currently. We have looked at one in West Virginia. I've looked at quite a few up in Michigan, but nothing yet to justify the trip.
Jeff White says, how do you deal with making money on hockey and baseball cards? I found a large box, but I don't know anything about them. What to do? He's afraid that someone's going to take advantage of his lack of knowledge.
Yeah, I think that's a real fear, Jeff, but you got to think the same way, and everything that you find in a storage unit or at a thrift store or even just in your garage or basement, there's always going to be a fear that somebody could take advantage of you because you don't have that knowledge. The best thing to do is, number one, get the knowledge. And the way that you're going to do that is the reasonable rate, the going rate for items is going to be found on eBay. If you find a box of cards, individually look up each card and you're going to find out what the worth and what the going rate is, what people are willing to pay for those cards. I have a ton of cards. Ton of them. I haven't sold any of them. They're all just sitting there because I don't have the time to go through them. Doesn't mean that there's not value there. I don't know what the value is. I would love to just be able to ship them off and say, all right, somebody, you research it all and you tell me what it's worth and all of that. I've tried to do that with my cousin down in Georgia. Didn't work. Not even family will take all that much. So really, you got to get the research and find somebody reputable that you can trust and then go from there. But you can't live your life in fear or you're never going to do anything. So get past the fear, get the knowledge, find somebody that you can trust. Jeff Stark, $2. Thank you. And Jeff Stark says, thanks for all the tips, George and Jeremy.
Aw, thanks, Jeff.
And he specifically
chat.
mentioned you first. Because let's face it, people wouldn't even tune in if it wasn't for George.
Lily.
Except
Griffith.
for Pamela Lynn. Pamela Lynn would still tune in. I know you would, Pamela. But everybody else tunes in for George.
Lily Griffith Cram says, again, I asked, please answer. I don't have extra room at home to go through units or sell because I can't do from home. How big of a unit do I start with to make profits?
Lily, we can't answer that because
It depends on what you have. Like, do you have extra spare bedrooms? Do you have a basement? Do you have a garage?
But she's asking how big of a unit does she have to buy to make a profit?
It all depends on how much extra space you have.
Well, no, she's asking how big of a unit does she have to buy to make a profit. So if she goes to an auction, what unit does she buy?
But she's saying she doesn't have extra room at home.
To go through a
the
sale,
units.
how big of a unit do I start with? It all depends on what's in your unit. If we're interpreting your question differently, and I think what you're asking is what size unit do you buy at auction? It all depends on what's in the unit. You have to profile the unit, find out what the profit margin is, and then you buy the unit, rent the unit, sell from the unit. And so I can't answer a question of do you buy a 5x10 or a 10x10 or a 10x20 or a 20x40. I don't know because I don't know what's in it. So only you can make those decisions while you are at the auction. You're profiling and then you're setting a bid amount and then you're trying to figure out what that profit margin is. That's all part of the process as you're thinking through that. And it's got to be quick. You got to be there. You got moments and you got to go, okay, yep. All right, I'll bid this much because I know there's profit past this much. And okay, yep, this will work. And you've got to be able to make those educated decisions. Only you can make those while you're at the auction.
Yvonne Bennett wants to know, on eBay, is it better to set a price or do a auction or buy it now? What is the best way to go? I am signed up for the training. Cannot wait.
Well, we're going to answer that at the training and a whole lot more.
We'll give you the short answer.
The short answer is eBay started, it was all auctions, and everybody wanted to auction, and now we live in an impulse buying, consumerism-driven culture. And so buy it now. Price it high, and then they're going to make you an offer, or they're just 9 times out of 10, they're just going to buy it whatever you ask for it because it's impulse. Impulse, put it on a credit card, boom, you're paid, and they're in debt. That's the easy, quick answer.
Greg Rope wants to know, how close to Erie, Pennsylvania are you guys? He's about 20 minutes south.
Erie, Pennsylvania is going to be...
2 hours?
I think. Let me find out real quick.
I think it's 2 hours.
Let me see. Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm going to check on GPS really quick here. Erie, Pennsylvania. They are inundating me with Facebook messages and Yahoo messages right now. I have to be able to do something on this phone, okay? Erie, PA. 131 miles. And it's going to be 2 hours and 41 minutes away from Erie, PA.
Okay, not bad. John Boy says, my last unit I just won had a couch, 3 dining room tables, a box spring, and mattress, other household goods. The couch paid $60 for the unit. The rest is profit.
Perfect.
So
And
that's what
I'm always encouraging you to do. Find the one item when you're setting a threshold. As a matter of fact, okay.
Find the one item that'll pay off for the unit.
That'll pay for the unit. So here's a question from Don Wilson. Jeremy and George, I love your videos. I've learned a lot. I'm watching a storage unit online that has about 17 moving boxes neatly stacked. There's a few other neatly stacked boxes. The only things in the unit. The bid is currently at $210. How would you decide the amount to bid on a unit like this? You can see the auction, and he shows me the link, and he goes, there's also a laptop box, no guarantee that what's in
That's
it.
okay,
Right.
yeah.
Don, I've already looked at the auction. Now, here's what I'm always going to tell you. The same with the couch. Find the item that will pay for the unit. For me, a lot of times, that would be a washer and dryer. It could be a beautiful dresser. It could be solid wood. If there's particle furniture inside a unit, I usually will not bid on the unit. Okay, I don't care for that stuff. So I want solid wood. Find the one item that pays for the unit when you're profiling, and then that's how you set a threshold. So as Don Wilson is asking, how do you set a bid amount? You set a bid amount based on what you can actually see, and then you know there's profit after that. Greg Rope.
Super chat from Greg Rope. Literally,
Greg just said, I just spent my last penny, literally almost my last penny, but you are worth it.
Thank you,
Greg. We think you're worth it too. Appreciate it. Northwest RC Club. He's over in the UK.
He is in the UK. It's late there.
It's 2:45 a.m. here in the UK, but it's worth it. Northwest RC Club.
You.
I got to tell you, every time she sees your comments on YouTube, she goes, "Come here, Jeremy. Come here. You got to see what."
He's so nice.
He's so nice. He's so nice. Of course, you got to imagine we get a lot of trolls too, and so when you compare the beauty. We love the nicety, and because we want to encourage people.
Yeah.
And then you get the trolls too. They go, "Oh, you're the scum of the earth. I can't believe you would ever do this," and da 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 da. And I always tell George the same thing. Never focus on the 5% who hate you. Always focus on the 95% who love you, and they'll love you more. And so, Northwest RC Club, we appreciate the love.
With any YouTuber, everyone gets mean messages.
Yep.
But we just look right past it, and we're the better person. Lois Smith wants to know, what do you do with lots of phones? Actually, we're going to do a video on that up soon. All of the phones that we've acquired in the units and what to do with them, the different ways of what to do with them. So stay tuned for that.
That was George's idea on that video. As a matter of fact, a lot of the videos are George's idea. As a matter of fact, everything in the videos is George's idea.
No. He's the brains behind the operation. I just sprinkle my ideas here and there.
Oh, okay. It's just like fairy dust.
Tiana Kenmore wants to know, what does the barcode on your hoodie stand for? It's actually the shape of Ohio. And then underneath it says made in Ohio. So it's just a bar scan of the state of Ohio.
I hope you can read this. I hope my abs aren't throwing the barcode off. So, hopefully. My giant pectorals.
Sherelle Brandy says, I watch all of your videos.
But Sherelle's real name is Deborah.
Is it Deborah? I remember her saying that she uses her granddaughter's
That's her granddaughter's
profile.
account, her profile.
Sherelle Brandy, a.k.a. Deborah. CDL Picker says, our eBay death pile is about 2,000 items.
Wow, that's great. Lazy Walking P just sent $1.99 through Super Chat and said the 1234.56 was awesome.
That was a fun
It
video.
was insane.
It couldn't have ended any better.
Okay, first of all, you can't even pick up the bucket. I'm shocked she even got it off the ground, okay? And then we go in. I have it on a dolly. Who in the world would have thought the amount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And so 45 minutes putting this coin, scooping it into the coin sorter, and then we get down to the wire. And for those of you who have seen the video, okay, and then we're a nickel off. There was a nickel she wanted to keep. She was like, "This is odd," and so she pulled it out.
It was a 2007 coin.
And I was like, "We need 5 cents." And she looks at me. And you hear us talking. She goes, "Should I?" I'm like, "Yeah, put it in."
We need another
We
nickel.
gotta have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It was pretty amazing.
Most epic ending ever.
If you guys haven't seen that video of us cashing in our coins, you have to check it out. It's so much fun. It was fun filming it too.
It was crazy. I could not believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was awesome.
Drew Smith, it looks like he's from East Cleveland. He said he teaches his peeps how to do the crip walk. Do you know what the crip walk is? It's a dance. Drew, you'll have to send us a video so that I can share it with Jeremy.
I don't know the crip walk.
Wallace.
Do I know any dances?
You know how to crank
I know the chainsaw.
You can crank it.
Yeah, crank it.
Wallace DeRouche wants to know, George, how did you guys meet? I would like to know. That's another frequently asked question, but I've noticed you asked that a couple times. We actually met online on the dating app called Hinge.
I thought she was a fake profile, and she proved me wrong. Daniel Skelly. Daniel Skelly just sent $2 in the super chat. Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Daniel.
Can you send that in pennies so we can put it in our bucket, and then we can just cash that in on the next one, and we'll.
Yes. All of the super chat money that we get, we're just gonna throw it back into the 5-gallon bucket.
She goes to me after that. She goes, "Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." We're in the truck afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She goes, "What do you think our next total could be?" And I went, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She went, "I ain't carrying all that."
That's a lot
She's
of
like,
money.
"That's a lot of money."
Dragon320194 wants to know, do you ship overseas? Yes, we do. We select on eBay, we select the option of USPS International priority mail.
And I'd always encourage, if you are selling, always ship overseas. Remember, 70% of your market buying power and potential is overseas. Why would you cut that out? You want to ship overseas, and it's so easy. You just print your shipping, you sign your name to a piece of paper, and it ships the same as it would going to the state right next to you.
Yeah, but there's one additional step you have to take when you ship internationally.
You have to declare.
You can't do
on
it from your
customs.
phone either. You have to be on a laptop or a desktop.
You have to declare, it's a declaration in customs. And one of the things that I always do when I ship overseas, and I do it for my buyers, I always declare it as a gift, and I always say, "Happy birthday."
Yes.
And that's my birthday present to them.
Bill Thomas wants to know, do you ever get classic CB radios?
I'm sure that I have. Actually, I think there are some at the warehouse now. They're set to the side on the wall with everything to be sold on eBay.
We met?
Yeah, I would have found it before we met. So I haven't found it with you, but
Before. Chris Hammer wants to know, are you able to sell old stereo equipment?
yeah, you can sell. I mean, you can sell anything as long as it's legal. Now, for me, obviously, I'm not gonna sell anything that's illegal, and then I go a little bit higher than that. And again, this is my personal preference, my personal standard for me. I'm not pushing it on anybody else. But if I feel an item is immoral, I'm not going to sell it. And so that's the way I operate and run my business. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying that's the way that I do.
And if you come across stereo equipment that doesn't work, people will buy it for parts. So you can certainly sell it for parts.
Diane Crandall just sent $1.99. Thank you, Diane. Look,
Thanks,
that
Diane.
that 5-gallon bucket is filling up quick.
Another $1.99 in the 5-gallon bucket.
Can we get that one in dimes? Because a lot of our viewers mentioned in the last 5-gallon bucket there was an odd number of dimes. So we got to figure out. We don't know why. We were trying to figure that out. There's still probably months of sorting from that unit. And so we're wondering if there's going to be like a stash of dimes in there somewhere. Hidden.
Yeah.
Like, were dimes special? Would they hold it for something? Or was there something special that they used dimes for? Was there a coin machine that dimes were used for? We don't know, but that's part of the fun of profiling, trying to figure that all out.
Troll Tanner says, I find auctions in the local thrifty nickel. That must be like
It's got to be like a thrift store.
A newspaper?
Well, I would think like a thrift store. Felicity Patterson just sent $2.99 for a shout out.
Appreciate it, Felicity.
Well, Felicity, you just got your shout out. For $299, I will write a song for you in next week's live Q&A. I will call it the Felicity song.
Kate wants to know, if you were to find that white buffalo item like the 43 penny, how do you know who is safe to take it for evaluation, and how much does that process cost?
Well, there are companies where you can send your coins, your cards, your different items to be authenticated. And so they're going to be stand-up companies that have been doing it for years, and they'll authenticate and they'll grade items for you. The best way to find those things online. Just go ahead and Google it. And then you can find out where people are sending those things and what the actual cost is. And it's going to be different based on what you have. But it's not like you're just sending it out into nowhere. You're sending to reputable companies that have been doing this as business for years. So think through that when you find an item like that.
JB Phipps says, I only have 20 videos left to be 100% caught up. Love this show.
Whoa!
Someone's been binge watching.
Yep.
We have a lot of people that'll find us recently and they'll start binge watching. So,
okay, Adam Bay.
okay.
B-A-E, Adam Bay. Adam is somebody's Bay. I'm guessing Eve's. So maybe it should be Eve's Bay, or maybe this is Eve and goes under the name of Adam's Bay. One of the better videos so far, he was talking about one of the videos, the coin one, actually. I was wondering whether you bought a storage unit that you made a loss on. Have you done any at all that you made a loss on? And Adam, the answer is honestly no. I've never lost, okay? Now, there have been some that I haven't made as much profit margin as others, and we've talked about that this evening. Profiling, making sure you can find an item that's going to pay for it and setting your bid amount, and then making a profit margin. And some are going to have a huge profit margin, and some are going to have a medium profit margin, and some are going to have a low profit margin. But it all comes down to profiling. I won't buy a unit for the sake of buying a unit. It's a business. And so it has to be a calculated business decision that makes profit. And so, Adam, no losses yet. And hopefully it continues that way.
Puxinwa, Pennsylvania wants to know, where is your warehouse located? It's located here in Worcester.
Right in Worcester. Yep, right in Worcester.
Karen Van Wy says, hi from Pennsylvania. After watching all your videos, I'm going to my first auction Wednesday. Weather should be bad, so wish me luck with my profiling. I can tell you to just bundle up, layer up, and stay warm.
Layers.
Because when you're in between those storage units, it becomes a wind tunnel.
It is, and it'll pierce through you. So remember, if you can outlast them, you can outbid them. If you can outbid them, you can out-hustle them. We're getting, can you believe it's almost 10 o'clock
Oh my goodness,
already?
it's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah, we need to wrap it up. Teresa Sansbury says, have you ever won a unit you know the person, do you feel obligated to tell them? No.
I will
Right?
tell you a quick story. I bought a unit, and the girl was in jail for drugs. And in the unit, she had her journals and all kinds of things that she was going through rehab. One of the things that happened is somebody OD'd at her place, died, and she was found guilty for that as well. And so the odd thing is months later, so she lost the unit because she was in jail. Months later, I was in Walmart because I had her whole life, all the pictures, everything. I saw her in Walmart. She was out on bail. Oddest thing in the world. I could have walked
But
up
you
to
didn't
her.
know her. You
I
just
didn't
knew
know her
of her.
personally.
You just knew of her.
I knew of her
'Cause there
because I
was
had her
pictures
unit
of
and the
her.
pictures and reading all the paperwork. I mean, I literally could have walked up to her and been like, "Let me have your palm. This is what's happened in your life. This is what you've walked the road." I mean, I could have everything because I read it. I had it, and it was the weirdest thing in the world. It was very odd. All right, gorgeous.
All right, we need to wrap it up. Do we have any success stories you want to go over?
We actually we've got a
Almost
few.
10 o'clock.
We got a few. Do you wanna share with us some of
Sure.
them?
Steve Gerbig says, "You've inspired me to purchase my first ever locker today."
Okay, wait. Before Steve, Daniel Skelly sent $5. Thanks for teaching me
Super
how
chat.
to timestamp. LOL. Love commenting on things that you find. Sorry you missed on that nickel, George. When do you two sleep? Past couple nights, not much.
He won it on Storage Treasures. Steve, if you're on the live chat, fist pump. Too cold in Ravenna today to stay and dig for more than 10 minutes. We hear you, because that's how it is at the warehouse. It's so cold in there.
So cold.
Thanks, Jeremy and George, for your videos and advice. From what I can tell, it's a home run. Bex List says, "Missed the stream, but I bought a $10 unit and my son was livid because he went to help me clean it out and it looked like nothing but bags of trash. And I've made $220 so far and still have half to list.
Wow.
Found a lot of Timberland boots, the North Face jackets, ice cream jacket worth over $100, Legos galore, and lots of name brand clothing. Needless to say, he apologized and told me he was proud of me for sticking to my guns and buying the unit."
Show them the money, and
Yes.
they'll turn real quick.
Backlist, if you're on the live chat, fist pump. Mike Lubman says, "I just remembered that I bought a unit last April for one tool that I saw. Only paid $20. I not only got the Dremel tool that I wanted, but there were 2 great leather jackets and sundry other items included. Got very little junk. I have sold the leather jackets for $5 each. I think I'm hooked. I am learning from you constantly. Thanks, Mike Lubman in almost sunny Orlando." Mike, fist pump. Thank you so much for sharing these success stories. Keep them coming. We love to hear them.
All right, before we go, do you want to talk about eBay training one more time?
Yes.
We just got, but before you do, Gear Gridden just sent
Super chat.
$5.19. Y'all have a good, and I think he wants me to sing another song.
Okay.
Okay, well,
He
you
loves
talk.
to hear you.
Icy Profits just sent $25.
Lunch on me tomorrow.
What's up? Lunch on Icy Profits.
What's Icy trying to tell you?
He's trying to tell me to stop eating butter from his units.
Appreciate it, Icy.
Thank you, Icy. So why don't you talk about eBay training real quick, and then.
If you haven't already signed up for the March 30th eBay training, and we have a couple people flying in actually. Some people
And we do have hotel rooms at a
that are
discounted
nearby.
rate.
Yes.
Yep, for you as well. We've got that already.
So if you are local or if you feel like traveling and you want to register, make sure you email us at whatthehales@yahoo.com. And then we will send you an email in return with the next steps and other instructions.
So should we leave them with a little lullaby?
Sure.
How about a little
Are you
something
guys
like
ready
this?
to hear Jeremy again sing?
I think I got something.
Okay.
Are you gonna sing with me?
I'm gonna try to.
All right, just try and keep up, okay?
Okay.
We love you, YouTubers. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, YouTubers. And this is true. When you're not near us, we're blue.
Hit them high notes.
Oh, YouTubers, we love you. All right, you ready? You got it now, right?
Maybe.
Love you, YouTubers. Oh, yes,
I'll
we
do the sign
do.
language of it.
Love you, YouTubers, and this is true. You're not near us, we're blue. Oh, YouTubers, we love you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday for our live and then videos in between.